Hello, good morning, student. As a companion, let's start with the second chapter, the same topic, the same theme. And as you know, that we were talking about Saib Alam, and who has come from Bangladesh in 1971. So today is our second lectures over the same theme. So we will first of all try to know that how he came here. He came here because his house has swept away by some storm. They are hoping to make their life better, so they come to big cities like Delhi. When author always saw him scrounging looking for something in the garbage, so she asked him, why did you do this? What are you doing here? He asked that I have nothing to do with this. Why I am always scrounging looking for some gold, rupees and a coin, etc. in the garbage dumps. So why did you not go to school? He said that there is no school in my neighborhood. Author said that if I wait, so what will you do? He said with a broad smile that of course I definitely will come to school if you wait your school. But it was a false promise that she made to Sahib Alam, because very soon after some time when he come up to her, asked that have you went to your school, she feels so embarrassed. Sahib Alam, who was a rag picker, along with his friends, the army of barefoots, appear in the morning like a warning bird and disappear after till afternoon. One day I asked, or author asked, why did you not bear footwears or chappal, shoes, etc. They said that it is our tradition to stay barefoot. We have money, but it is us. In the poor family, in this kind of family, it is our tradition to stay barefoot. Actually, an author has got the idea that it is just an excuse to conceal their bodies. And afterward, while she was thinking all these things, that it is just a excuse to conceal their or justify their perpetual state of poverty, she reminded a story of a man from Udupi who said that when I was a young boy, I used to go to school, and there was a temple in which my father was a priest. I passed there. Whenever I passed from this temple, I stopped there for a while and prayed for a pair of shoes, and finally I got fulfilled my wish through the goddess. And after 30 years, author visited this town and saw that it was in a state of wilderness, it was state in a ruin and destructive. And in the backyard there, I saw a new priest and his son and the priest who has or own a red and plastic colors chairs. And he has a son who wore grey uniform, socks, shoes, and returned from school pantingly, so gaspingly, and throw his school bag over the folding bed. Having been seen like that, I reminded, and I was thinking that the boy like this have everything to wear, to eat, health, education, house, and all. But there are many who deprived of the devoid of all these things like rag pickers live in my vicinities. And familiarity and acquaintance with these barefoot rag pickers leads me to Simapuri. I went to Simapuri, and Simapuri is a place just at the outer edge of Delhi, where they live. And the living in here in this place is means to pick the rag. But this city, symbolically, metaphorically, it yet miles away from them. Here, metaphorically, here symbolically, that line mentions here that Delhi yet miles away from it metaphorically. It is for the rag pickers who live here. Basically, this is the city and the capital of India, and all the people of this city enjoy the basic amenities, basic needs like health, education, sanitation, cloth, house, etc. But they are deprived of and they cannot afford all these things. That's why this is quite far away, miles away from them metaphorically. Okay, those who live here are squatted. Who came from Bangladesh in 1971? Actually, these are the people who are living here illegally. Okay, Sahib's family is also one of them. Simapuri was then wilderness. Actually, this was a place in a state of ruin, in destructive way. It still is the same. The condition is today, but it is no longer empty. 10,000 rag pickers are living here without identity and without ration card, but enlisted themselves in the voter list and have a ration card by which they are enabled to buy grain from the shop. These 10,000 rag pickers who are living here are devoid of basic amenities like actually in 1971 it was in a state of destructive and a ruin state. No people were there, but today these 10,000 people are living here. They have erected the mud structure and over which they had and they have covered tin with tin and tarpaulins and devoid of sewage and drainage. The water is running here and there. So the thing and the condition is not good for them at Simapuri. So for years, the food is more important for them. Food is more important than identity. When the matter of hunger comes, nobody will ask you about your identity. So here in Simapuri, once I asked a group of women who wore tattered and tears sari that why did you leave your green field in Dhaka and home as well? They said that if we could feed our family till evening properly, if we could go to bed without aching in the pain, so it is good to be here in Delhi than Bangladesh where the feeds of those area gave us nothing. It is good to be here than in Bangladesh because this is the place where we are living now is able to give something to us, but it gives us nothing because there is nothing to us. Wherever they find food, they pitch their tent became their transient home. The children grow up in them, becoming partner in survival. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. Through the years, it has acquired the proportion of fine art. Well, wherever they find the opportunity to earn something, they pitch their tent and it becomes their temporary house. And they grow in them, and they becomes the children, little children, become the partner of their survival also, and for the year they are doing the same work and it becomes a proportion and it becomes a part of their life. So rag picking and survival in Simapuri means rag picking. If you want to stay in the Simapuri, you have to collect the rag picking, and rag picking for them is a bread, daily bread. It is a roof over their head whether it is leaking. It doesn't matter is it leaking or not, but if there is a roof over their head, it is important for them. And for children, it is something more, even something different. Whenever they got and when we saw the first line of this paragraph, I sometimes find a rupees even. A 10 rupees note Sahib at that time feels so happy in the eyes, shine with brightness and happiness that I found the rupees and a 10 rupee note in the garbage dumps. At some time he found a silver coin in the piles of garbage in that refuse, which gave them such happiness. And sometime They found a silver coin. They couldn't stop themselves searching more in the hope of getting one more silver coin in the garbage dump and in that the piles of refuse. It seems that the garbage for the children is something different than that of their parents. You must have seen. They have different meaning of it. But elders, it is very much different. For the children, it is like a wrap bundle. It's like a miracle because they found something. It made them so happy. They feel so happy. But as far as concern about the elders, it is a means of survival. The more they collect the garbage, more they will earn. And the more they will earn, more they have the chances to make life perfect. That's it. That was your second lectures over here. And we have some questions that we will discuss. What was the boy's demand or wish from the goddess? Was his wish granted? Boy's demand was to have a pair of shoes, and finally which was granted by the goddess. Right? This was the first question. And the next one is why don't these people want to go back to Bangladesh? And this place has been destroyed by some calamities like a flood, the storm, etc. That's why they don't want to go back, because they have nothing left like a greenfield house, etc. And the next one was what does garbage mean for the elder and the children in Simapuri? Garbage for elder is a mean of survival, while for children it is just a miracle and a wonder wrapped in that garbage. One more questions, and that is, what do you understand by the statement Simapuri, a place on the periphery of Delhi yet miles away from it metaphorically? Yes, that's what I was telling you. Through this expression, the author wants to say that the rag figures, so living in the neighborhood of Delhi for a long time, okay, still far away from it, because they are not able to enjoy the basic amenity and need of that enjoying rest of the countrymen, rest of the resident of Delhi, like the proper clothes, food, sanitation, water, health, shelter, etc. Due to their impoverished condition, impoverished is the poor condition, they are not in a positions to take the joy of all these things. And so Delhi, in spite of being the capital of India and frame the policies for nation, is unable to perform and unable to help them anyway in symbolically. These were the questions here. So that's it. Stay in touch for the next